institution. Senator Jibrin said the move not only preserves Maitama Sule's legacy, but also inspires a renewed commitment to education and national unity. Let's hear Awal Salisu.
The recent renaming of the Federal College of Education, Kano, to the Yusuf Maitama Sule University of Education has sparked conversations about legacy, recognition, and the politics of naming in Kano State. The decision not only celebrates the legacy of the statesman, but also renews a call for educational excellence and national recognition of true service.
We are very happy to have named our university as Federal University of Education, Yusuf Maitama Sule.
During a visit to the institution, the Deputy President of the Senate, Senator Barrow Jibril, noted that naming a federal institution after Yusuf Maitama Sule sends a powerful message, one of national respect and enduring honor for those who have made lasting contributions to Nigeria's history. Senator Barrow emphasized that such gestures transcend politics and play a vital role in building a stronger sense of national identity and continuity.
We are here for you. You deserve our assistance, and we must assist you. And we'll continue to do this until you get graduated.
He also used the occasion to award scholarships to 1,000 students from Kano North, reaffirming his commitment to education and youth development. In Kano, Awal Salisu, NTA News.
And still talking education, as part of continued efforts to improve the standard of education and welfare of teachers, Borno State Government has inaugurated the newly constructed teachers' quarters in Mafa local government area. Mohammed Governor reports that the inauguration featured recognition of a committed, long-serving nurse in the area by presenting her with a house and automatic employment to her son.
The residential quarters sited in two different locations within Mafa town, headquarters of Mafa local government area, comprise 2 blocks of 24 unit 2-bedroom apartments and 8 blocks of 48 unit 3-bedroom story buildings. These ultra-modern housing units are part of the state government's efforts to address the housing deficit faced by teachers across Borno. Governor Zulum officially handed over keys to beneficiaries at a ceremony witnessed by top government officials, including the State Commissioner for Education, Science, Technology and Innovation, Lan Abawo Kilbe.
His Excellency has prioritized teachers' welfare, and wherever we have mega facilities, we build teachers' quarters. If you have followed us, we have inaugurated quite a number of teachers' quarters in numerous local governments.
Among the 72 beneficiaries of the housing scheme was Mrs. Mabel Ijo Madoka, a nurse from Anambra State, who has served at the Mafa local government primary health care clinic for over 24 years. In recognition of her dedication, especially during the peak of the Boko Haram insurgency, Governor Zulum rewarded Mrs. Zoka with a bungalow apartment and automatic employment for her son at Kashim Ibrahim University. But mother and son expressed gratitude to the governor for the life-changing gesture.
He has blessed me, giving job to my son, giving me a house that I never think of having in Mafa. And even financial, he has been supplying all my needs. Even in my office, all what I needed, he has been so faithful giving it to me.
Mrs. Doka becomes the second Igbo civil servant to receive such a reward from Governor Zulum, following Mrs. Obiageli Mazi from Abia State, who was given an apartment at the Maiduguri Teachers' Quarters in 2022 after 31 years of selfless service. In Maiduguri, Mahmoud Goni, NTA News.
Away from Borno State, let's head to the courtroom as the Federal High Court Abuja Division has a trial of the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, on alleged terrorism charge to October 16, 2025. Justice James Omotosho gave the order following inability of the Nigerian Medical Association to conclude its assessment of Kanu's health status and present its report before the court. Justice Omotosho had, at the last adjourned date, ordered the NMA president to constitute a board of medical experts to carry out investigations on the alleged deteriorating health of the defendant. The report is also to determine whether Kanu is fit and proper to stand for continuation of his trial. At the next adjourned date, after the submission of his medical report, Nnamdi Kanu, as the defendant in the matter, is expected to open his defense following the court's dismissal of the defendant's no case submission. Away from the courtroom, let's talk economics. Rounding up in a high spirit, the 31st edition of the Nigerian Economic Summit was a success. The three-day event brought together policy makers, business leaders and innovators under one roof, with the aim of advancing inclusion for shared growth, strengthening institutions for sustainable impact and finding ways to unlock investments despite global economic uncertainties. Discussions on ways to improve investor confidence, economic inclusion and ways to turn policy into real actions remain at the center of focus. The summit concluded all sessions and discussions with a press briefing to intimate the media of the outcomes of the three-day event.
And the focus now is on inclusion, is on shared prosperity, to ensure that the impact of the reforms trickles down and affects everybody, every resident of Nigeria.
There are then executive decisions, those that don't require this process. We can finish, hold the minister accountable, and tomorrow morning he can start to implement. And then lastly, there's business commitments, right? The business come into this room, speak to the government, say which will go and do it. Then we can then hold the business community accountable for their results. So what happens with the Green Book? And that's the proper way to track action and results.
The NESG and the Ministry of Budget and National Planning promised continued quarterly engagements with the media to ensure the summit translates to reality. Similarly, attaining a $1 trillion economy by 2030 is mission possible, says the Bureau of Public Enterprises. This is as the Bureau is consolidating on efforts at ensuring that the gains of ongoing privatization and commercialization programs delivers the desired good for all Nigerians. Benny Adams reports that the event was a symposium commemorating this year's Customer Service Week with the theme, Reforming Responsibly Through Effective Service Delivery.
Our own mission possible with BPE will be to ensure that all Nigerian corporations that need to be privatized are privatized in such a way that we are going to get the benefits thereof and it will benefit all Nigerians. Is it possible?
For the BPE, from the welcoming smiles at the reception to the courteous delivery of information and a complex negotiation, all must leave a delightful and enduring impression. And while the reforms are necessary for economic growth, reforming responsibly through effective service delivery is the path to follow in the march towards the attainment of a $1 trillion economy.
The Bureau has consistently engaged development partners, the National Assembly, MDAs, the media, as well as both foreign and local investors in our bold bid to grow the Nigerian economy towards the $1 trillion GDP as envisaged by His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
While the call to see service delivery beyond customer satisfaction gets louder, experts in the room say bureaucratic bottlenecks that have historically deterred investment must give way to a more efficient business processes that deliver service tailored for results.
That because we failed in some areas, new agencies have been born that should not have existed if Servicom was really running the way that it should be run.
This competitiveness not only attracts foreign investments but also leads to job creation, ultimately empowering the local communities.
The message from Abuja is clear. BPE is demonstrating that the journey to a $1 trillion economy must be paved with reliable, citizen-focused, efficient service delivery. In Abuja, Benny Adams, NTA News.
Stakeholders from across the non-oil sectors are calling for a more harmonized and organized structure to enable Nigeria maximize the huge gains in the sector for the good of the economy. Amaka Owo, who interacted with industry players, reports that some aspects of the sector attracted about $1.79 million in revenue to the economic coffers.
Nigeria's economy is said to have experienced positive growth, put at 4.23% in the third quarter of 2025. This is according to the National Bureau of Statistics. The non-oil sector is said to contribute significantly to this upward trend, accounting for 95.95% of the real GDP growth in the second quarter of 2025. The recently renovated 64 billion naira National Theatre, considered a national pride befitting Africa's largest economy, is seen as a strategic move to address infrastructural deficits and drive revenue generation.
Based on facts collected by all the players in the industry, the hotels, the Airbnb, the short-let apartments, the restaurants, the tour operators, the music stars themselves who performed, a lot of the data was collected, and the figure came to 100 billion naira that was made during the December in Lagos.
Industry players recognize the enormous potentials of Nigerian creatives that attract international collaborations and global recognition.
We have come to this era where, because of the kind of format we're using, we have exploded, so to speak, and we have not just exploded, we have received international attention.
The agricultural sector, known to be the mainstay of Nigeria's economy before independence, received diverse attention.
We're teaching the exporters, the farmers, good agricultural practices, how to the level of pesticides that they're supposed to use. We are working with them, teaching them on how to even document their books.
Manufacturing, telecommunications, tourism, travel, logistics, fintech, e-commerce, and among others are not left out of the value chain responsible for the significant turnaround. In Lagos, Amaka O, NTA News.
Earlier, you heard the voice of Benny Adams. It's now time to see him with more business news. Benny.
Thank you, Yeri. Now, the World Bank, in its latest Nigeria Development Update released today, has lauded the country's progress in stabilizing the economy through policy reforms, but says more needs to be done to ensure the gains translate into better living standards for all citizens. Titled From Policy to People, Bringing the Reform Gains Home, the report notes a progress in economic growth, domestic revenue mobilization, monetary policy, and external balances, while underscoring persistent challenges such as high food inflation, widespread poverty, and the structural barriers that constrain inclusive growth. And to address these challenges, the report identifies 3 urgent priorities, which are tackling food inflation by removing trade barriers and addressing structural bottlenecks, improving the efficiency of public spending, and expanding social protection, including regular cash transfers for the ultra-poor and a shock-responsive safety net system.
In 2025, we estimate that 139 million Nigerians live in poverty. So the challenge is clear: how to translate the gains from the stabilization reforms into better living standards for all Nigerians.
The World Bank showed us in its NDU is that in fact the states are spending much of the extra revenue they are getting on development, on capital projects. And I think that is kudos to them. We will encourage them to be even more efficient with their spending that touches the grassroots, because they are the ones at that level. And when we look at 139 million Nigerians in poverty, that is the #1 metric that we must aim at.
Report's outlook for Nigeria's economy is cautiously optimistic, with growth projected to accelerate modestly from 4.2% in 2025, which we have surpassed, to 4.4% in 2027, driven by services and supported by agriculture and the non-oil sector. Now at this point, let's take a look at the market. The Nigerian equities market actually displayed remarkable performance at midweek, securing its 3rd consecutive bullish session
This sustained positive momentum generated a substantial windfall for investors with a 459.43 billion gain in total market capitalization, as we can see, pushing the valuation of 22.43 trillion naira. And looking at the numbers, while it is a gain of 0.50 for the Nigerian market, the South African market, talking about the JSE top 40 stocks, appreciated by a whopping 1.52%. This is actually the highest in the period under review. Talking about in the last 3 months, if I would say, having this value of 103,890.00 basis points. The same cannot be said for the Tunisian market, where the Tunisian Tune Index is actually down at the end of trading today by 0.19%. But this shows a signal where investors can actually go to invest in this, because remember that Ethiopia has an airline that is thriving. Well, Iyere, you might consider this as to keep thinking and investing wisely.
Well, thanks, Benny. I'll keep watching you to get the right update. All right, let's move on to other issues now. Prosperity, success, and the acquisition of wealth is the desire of most people. However, most societies frown at the monies and other property obtained through illegal means. In this special report, Olabode Arewa takes a look at the illicit acquisition of wealth and its negative effect on public good.
The pursuit of progress is the aspiration of peoples in all nations, but when it eludes them, they seek solutions to their challenges. Since Nigeria has embarked on several national development plans, but these have not recorded the envisaged results. Economists finger corruption as the major culprit for this, as money stolen from the public purse is diverted into illicit financial activity. The International Center for Reporting estimates that in Nigeria, at least $18 billion are lost annually to illicit financial transactions. Now, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission and other anti-graft agencies have intensified sensitization of Nigerians on how to recognize and report financial crimes in their environments, advocating a register of beneficiary owners of landed property in view of the findings that the sector is being used as a conduit for illicit financial flows.
These international instruments are aimed at tackling the growing incidence of corruption globally, and Nigeria has taken steps to implement recommendations contained therein. The 5 pillars they are set out there: prevention of corruption, public engagement, campaign for ethical reorientation, enforcement and sanction, and recovery and management of proceeds of crime.
As part of its anti-corruption efforts, the federal government, through the Federal Ministry of Justice, has recovered over $1 billion from corrupt individuals in the last 7 years.
Cybercrime remains one of the most complex and rapidly evolving security challenges of our time. From online frauds to identity theft, ransomware to digital extortion, these crimes transcend borders.
Experts believe that the most effective way to limit illicit financial flows is to increase financial transparency, along with sustained public support for government's whistleblower initiative to expose economic and financial crimes. Olabode.
Let's turn our attention to road matters, as the Federal Road Safety Corps says Nigeria needs a more comprehensive and responsive ambulance system to ensure timely rescue and evacuation of crash victims during emergencies. Corps Marshal Shehu Mohammed made a call. The National Emergency Medical Service and Ambulance System in Nigeria paid him a courtesy visit. Oyeyemi Ajayi has the details.
This is the first official visit of the newly appointed National Programs Manager of the National Emergency Medical Service and Ambulance System, 2 weeks after his appointment. At the heart of the discussion is one issue that often makes the difference between life and death: the speed of response to accident victims on Nigerian roads, as well as children maternal mortality. Both agencies agreed that quick evacuation and proper first aid before reaching hospitals can save countless lives that are currently lost to delays and poor coordination.
We have keyed into the renewed hope agenda of Mr. President by improving the quality of lives, by saving lives. And NEMSAS is partnering with us to make sure that the quality of life of all Nigerians in terms of saving lives, making medical services affordable and easily accessible to Nigerians wherever they are, is being achieved.
FRSC stands as an important partner as regards emergency medical services. They are front runners in ambulatory transport in the country, and they have the experience, they have the assets and the proficiency.
For the Federal Road Safety Corps, the reality of 151 ambulances nationwide is that coverage is still limited. And to meet national standards, the country needs at least 4,200 ambulances spread across major highways and emergency points. With stronger collaboration and better logistics, they believe a more efficient ambulancing network can transform road safety management, ensuring that help arrives not too late, but just in time. Oyeyemi Ajayi, NTA News.
If you just joined us, this is Africa's largest TV network. News Extra continues shortly. Don't go anywhere.
My morning now when they break, me I know they shake, no matter the condition. I fit no carry first, but I know they carry last. Oba no they go transfer. Today now my day, and I go day okay. Cause hope for my chest, like best. Today now my day, and I go day okay. Until they reach my turn, the fire go the burn. Naija go sweet oh. The fire go the burn no.
This message is from Hope Alive Initiative, a group that is committed to the well-being of the citizenry through advocacy for good governance and progressive ideals. Hope Alive Initiative, for the greater good of all.
No buy am. But why? No see say this big bull bag of rice no get the new big bull holographic seal. Not true.
Introducing the Big Bull Holographic Seal Tape, your favorite authentic Big Bull rice, 50 kg and 25 kg. Now with holographic seal tape. This is to ensure you get the premium product from Big Bull Rice. Do not buy if the holographic seal tape is not on the bag or is broken. Big Bull Rice. Tasty rice nourished you.
Sonia tomato mix, stand up. Is it to open? Is it to squeeze? Is it to scoop? And is it to stir? Dishes come alive with so much taste.
Sonia tomato mix in a new stand-up pouch.
Nivea Black and White Deodorant, now with 72-hour protection. But what does that mean? 3 cities in 3 days, and no fear of sweat and odor. 20 dances. Smooth as the moves. Sweat, stain and odor protection. Nivea Black and White Deodorant. Skin is for embracing life. Nivea is for skin.
Good, tasty food is worth living for. Worried about your oil every time you enjoy your favorite meal? Introducing Smart Balance. Smart Balance rice bran oil is rich in gamma oryzanol. Several studies suggest that gamma oryzanol may contribute to the reduction of bad cholesterol. Golden Terra Smart Balance oil. Good food, no worries.
Big day ahead.
Delicious Ovaltine. Smart choice for smart kids.
Imagine meals you can cook with these ingredients. You spend heavily, but no guarantee of a tasty meal. Not making a right choice of seasoning cube can ruin your meal, money, and confidence. For a tasty meal, do not compromise. Choose Gold.
Use Terra Gold for the rich, consistent taste your loved ones crave for. Good for soups, stews, and jollof. Terra Gold. One cube, endless possibilities.
Glad to have you back. The Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Muhammad Ali Pate, says the federal government is open to deepening collaboration with a global health research firm, IQVIA, to enhance clinical trials and research capacity across Nigeria. At a meeting with the leadership in Abuja, the minister emphasized that Nigeria is poised to become a major hub for clinical research in Africa. Professor Pate noted that the President Bola Tinubu's administration is committed to creating an enabling ecosystem that supports scientific innovation, strengthens research, governance, and unlocks the full potential of the healthcare value chain. He explained that reforms in the health sector are focused on strengthening infrastructure, expanding health insurance coverage, and developing human resources to support both preventive and therapeutic healthcare. He also explained that the goal is to ensure that Nigeria's health system is adequately prepared for future challenges, including the rising burden of non-communicable diseases such as hypertension, diabetes, and cancer.
Basic research, applied research, clinical research. And one of the first things we did here was to look at the governance of research. The Health Ethics, Research Ethics Committee revitalized it.
We would love to be able to say to our sponsors, we should do more work in Nigeria. We should do more work in Nigeria because the quality is very good, because we have support and backing from the government, speaking quite openly.
Still talking health, prioritizing issues of empowerment and health of people living with intellectual disabilities will enable them live meaningful lives and contribute to the development of society. This was re-echoed at an awareness program organized by the Down Syndrome Foundation of Nigeria. Diana Adali will tell us more.
Though they are living with Down syndrome, they are not limited by the condition. They all have blooming talents that have been nurtured by the Down Syndrome Foundation of Nigeria. Define some of the challenges that Down syndrome comes with, Awele Modi has mastered various vocational skills.
I do makeup artist, photography, and soap, chin cookies, and sing the choir, and did very well.
To equip more students under the Down Syndrome Foundation of Nigeria with agricultural knowledge, the foundation and a non-governmental organization have remodeled and upgraded fish farm projects, which does not only represent a new venture in agriculture, but signifies opportunity for young adults and persons under its care.
A way of, impacting and developing themselves.
This fish farming is not just training them in breeding the fish, but in marketing also. Support us, bring us to train them to live useful lives.
While those born with the condition are affected by facial disorder, slow ability to think, learn, and reason, experts say proper medical care and management are important.
And what that is that their cognitive processes are not as fast as what you and I can process easily.
Because they are born with a lot of health issues that had been neglected for so long, so many of them die early, not because they have Down syndrome, but because their medical issues have not been addressed.
Stakeholders believe when those living with Down syndrome are positively empowered, the entire community will be impacted. In Lagos, Diana Ajale, NTA News.
Meanwhile, Nigeria's healthcare system has taken another step with the National Health Insurance Authority, NHI, and Sebicom joining forces to improve patient care. Uche Ogochukwu reports that the partnership is aimed at strengthening feedback systems, improving complaints resolution, and enhancing overall service delivery to patients.
Because you are NHIS, at times they don't even give you the best of drugs. You are not given that kind of as ought to be if you are paying 100%.
Imagine somebody who is almost gone, dead, come to the hospital. He's supposed to have the best and fast, approach
of attendance, but no.
You come, you stay for long hours waiting for your HMOs to respond.
The issue I have is sometimes I will be down, I will not even be strong, and I cannot come here. When I come here, they will say I have to do referral, renew my referral. And I felt in cases like mine, which has a long duration of treatment, there should be exception.
These are mainly the experiences of some of the over 20 million enrollees of the National Health Insurance Authority. This MOU between NHIA and Servicom hopes to rewrite the story. Resolution mechanisms, ensuring that patients receive quality care and are treated with dignity.
You have rights as an enrollee. So we're working to ensure that the enrollee charter NHIA has listed and QR coded is pasted on facilities, working with the Servicom desk officers so that one, they know their rights, they are empowered, and also if they have complaints, they have a way they can communicate.
NHIA's struggles with enrollees' complaints is expected to end with this partnership, which will also focus on preventing service lapses through regular monitoring, staff training, and improving empathy in healthcare delivery.
Robust service delivery on both sides.
With this collaboration, NHIA and Servicom get to create a more responsive-centric healthcare system. Uche Ugochukwu, NTA News.
It's all about effective service delivery as we celebrate Servicom Week. And so the Service Compact with all Nigerians. Servicom is using the lineup of activities 2025 Customer Service Week to advance efforts towards effective service delivery that will engender customer satisfaction for service off-takers in the ministries, departments and agencies of government. Kenneth Nanim reports that the Director General of the NTA, Salihu Abdulhamid Dembos, joins Servicom in the organization to sustain the tempo of excellence already established.
2025 Customer Service Week is here. At the NTA, the frontliners in the public relations affairs of the organization also joined in the week-long celebration.
Once a customer leaves impressed, he doesn't tell anybody. If an unimpressed customer leaves, he will tell 10 people.
I always have good comments from our customers. They are also very impressed when they come to NTA just because of the way we deliver service to them.
With the workshop today that I attended, actually it has helped in brightening my pursuit of trying to meet my Servicom demands.
The Director General of the NTA, Salihu Abdulhamid Dembos, appreciates the services by Servicom units of the organization and encourages the staff to do more.
Service delivery is very, very important, especially to a public medium. We have a responsibility to every Nigerian. So for us to do that, all hands must have to be on deck. So, and I think we're doing that marvelously well. So I will advise that we'll continue to do it. And we'll also appreciate our visitors, the clients too. In case they observe anything that is abnormal, they should please freely approach us and also advise. And while we have done well, they shouldn't shy off from telling us that we have done it so that we'll be able to sustain it.
The theme for the celebration, which is Mission Possible, is one they say that motivates their determination to break barriers and achieve in rendering satisfactory services to Nigerians. Kenneth Nanim, NTA News.
Let's turn our attention to other news now. The Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, in collaboration with the Presidential Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms Committee, will organize a virtual interactive session entitled Impacts of the New Tax Reform Laws on Nigerians in the Diaspora. The session, scheduled to hold on Friday, October 10, 2025 at 4 p.m. Nigeria time, will enlighten Nigerians living in the diaspora on the implications of the recently enacted tax laws, while providing an open platform to clarify issues and address grey areas. concerning compliance and obligations. Honorable Abike Dabire-Rewa, Chairman and CEO NEDCOM, says the dialogue reflects the federal government's commitment to inclusivity and transparency in policy implementation. Another break is due. Please remain tuned.
What do you need?
Cook to impress.
My skin is my identity, my strength. It's unique and deserves care made specially for me. New Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care with 5 oils and 5 vitamins. Nourishment. Helps stretch marks in just 2 weeks. Nivea Radiant Beautiful.
The world comes. With a splash of Golden Terra oil, a mom can transform a frown into a smile. Change no thanks into yes please. Resolve family feuds without blowing a whistle. Providing tasty family meals is all that matters. Where there are moms, there is love. Golden Terra oil, pour pure love.
From now to December 31st, 2025, you could be one of the 565 lucky winners in the Keystone Mega Milli giveaway. Simply carry out 10 transactions or more on any Keystone Bag channel for weekly cash wins, or save 10,000 naira or more for a month to qualify for the mega draw where millionaires are made. No account yet? Download the Key mobile app from your app store and open one today for your share of millions. T's and C's apply. Keystone Bank, we grow together.
Glad to have you back. The National Pension Commission is proposing an increment of 75 to 100% monthly pension benefit to retirees. This is to pursue 3 key principles of innovation, inclusivity, and integrity. The Director General of PENCOM, Omonola Olowo-Raron, stated this in a message to the 2025 Customer Service Week in Abuja. Mohammed Rabiu Ali.
Customer Service Week is an annual celebration across ministries, departments and agencies of government to honor frontline workers and beneficiaries of services. This year's Pension Week, with the theme Mission Possible, resonates deeply with PENCOM's vision of ensuring that every Nigerian worker in the public, private and informal sector enjoy a secure retirement life.
And for us to be here, it means that a lot of things are going to happen. And they have been having a lot of issues with our pension benefits.
But we are happy hearing this, but implementation is the key as quickly as possible.
We are working with the President and this current administration in making sure that every retiree, including the police retirees, receive their money on time. We're also working to improve the amount of money that is being paid to pensioners so that they have a living pension.
Stakeholders believe that effective service delivery is the cornerstone of today's public trust, calling on the regulatory body to strengthen its service culture and promote open communication with retirees. In Abuja, Muhammad Rabiu Ali, NTA News.
Let's look at security matters as the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, enjoins youths to participate actively in nation building and support the ongoing drive to secure lives and property. This is his call at the Defense Media Operations Town Hall engagement with youth corps members in Dakingari NYC Orientation Camp in Kebbi State.
These are prospective leaders, captains in the peace preparing for nation building. The Defense Media Operations Town Hall engagement team is at the Dakingari camp to interface with the youth on security issues, curb misinformation, and to build mutual trust between the military and the youth population.
Use technology wisely. Be mindful of what you share online. Avoid posting your locations or sensitive personal information that could be exploited. Be proactive. It can lead to a safer environment.
While speaking on their roles in promoting peace, the Defense Media Operations enjoin the youth to view the task of securing the nation as a collective responsibility.
They are encouraged to be security conscious. The security is not just our business, it is everyone's business. As a youth, you should help the security agency. When you see something, you report anonymously.
The lecture serves as a sort of encouragement and give confidence to corps members. They feel fulfilled because information is power.
We are also encouraged to stay away from bad friends and engage in productive ventures as well.
Similar Defense Media Operations teams are in different parts of the country propagating the message of peace and security. From the Dakingari NYC Orientation Camp in Kebbi State, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
With security, every mission, patrol, and every act of service lies a powerful force, motivation, which is not just forged through training or advanced equipment, but through the well-being, infrastructure, and environment that supports personnel to drive operational effectiveness and fuel the fight for national security and stability. The Minister of Defense, Mohammed Badaru, re-echoed this at the inauguration of the headquarters of the Nigerian Air Force Annex Complex, Gudu, Abuja. Defense correspondent Olajide Bello reports.
Located within Abuja, the newly inaugurated annex provides advanced administrative and coordination facilities, easing the burden on the main headquarters, which has long been stretched by increasing personnel and mission load. This annex is not just a building, it is a strategic node that enables faster decision-making, better interdepartmental coordination, and ultimately a more agile response to national and regional threats.
This new complex, therefore, not only resolves the immediate challenge of congestion, but also provide the infrastructure needed to support future growth.
Indeed, this edifice stands as a symbol of what can be accomplished when commitment, innovation, and accountability converge in service to our nation.
As Nigeria confronts evolving threats, from terrorism to transnational crime, the Nigerian Air Force remains resolute, now strengthened by a new hub of excellence, poised to deliver swift, smart, and strategic action. With renewed structure and strengthened resolve, the sky is not the limit. It is their domain. Olajide Bello, NTA News.
Well said, Olajide. Now let's see this. The United Nations Department of Peace Operations has announced Olukemi Bikule, a corrections officer with the Nigeria Corrections Service, serving with the United Nations Organization Stabilization Mission in the Democratic Republic of Congo, as the winner of the 2025 United Nations Trailblazer Award for Women Justice and Corrections Officers. Just as a trio of scientists win Chemistry Nobel for a new form of molecular architecture. You want to get all the details? Chukwunonso Wambwize has it.
As the MONUSCO Corrections Unit engineer, Officer Olukemi Bikunle brought her technical expertise to a traditionally male-dominated field, leading transformative prison infrastructure and rehabilitation projects that align with international standards and strengthening of national institutions. Believing that peace begins behind prison walls, her work focuses on reshaping prison strategies to promote safety, dignity, and rehabilitation. Sharing her thoughts on the award, Officer Ibikunle said, "This moment represents visibility and recognition of the countless women and girls whose voices are often silenced and whose dreams are constrained by societal expectations." Her most impactful achievements include the development of an advanced security prison block in Kabare for high-risk detainees, as well as the development of a model prison blueprint for the Democratic Republic of Congo, guiding efforts to standardize prison design and improve detention conditions across the country. She also spearheaded the biogas initiative at Uvila Prison, which converted waste into clean energy, improving living conditions and promoting environmental sustainability, while providing detainees with vocational training. The Trailblazer Award is an initiative established in 2022 by the Justice and Corrections Service of the Office for the Rule of Law and Security Institutions. It recognizes the outstanding contribution of women justice and corrections officers deployed as government-provided personnel to United Nations peace operations and challenges gender stereotypes and gender-related barriers by showcasing their achievements. In a related development, the trio of Japan's Susumu Kitagawa, UK-born Richard Robson, and American Jordanian Omar Gagi on Wednesday won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry for developing metal-organic frameworks. The construction, the jury said, can be used to harvest water from desert air, capture carbon dioxide, store toxic gases, or catalyze chemical reactions. Thursday will see the Literature Prize handed out and the highly watched Nobel Peace Prize on Friday. The Economics Prize wraps up the 2025 Nobel season. Chukwunonsonwa Bueze, NTN News.
Congratulations to every Nigerian making us proud everywhere around the globe. Another break beckons. Don't touch it.
TerraQ or Rapjoy, unleash taste.
Enjoy now. Great taste, great fun. Capri Sun, the taste of fun.
What makes a true leader in the game? Is it being the first to start? For over a decade, one name has always led in front. That name is Bet Naija. Bet Builder, Bet Freeze, One-Up, Bet Boom. Not just features, with unbeatable odds on over 300,000 live matches, you're playing to win. Just another reason why Bet Naija is truly Nigeria's #1.
The upcoming Anambra State governorship election on November 8, 2025 has raised concerns about the tone and direction of political campaigns. As some politicians tend to deviate from issue-based campaigns, Timothy Yusuf reports on the implication of this and the way forward.
From the current state of campaigns ahead of November 8, 2025, the governorship election in Anambra State, the feud between Governor Charles Soludo, who is also the governorship candidate of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, and Senator Uche Ekwunife, a deputy governorship candidate of the All Progressives Congress, APC, exemplified the trend of resorting to mudslinging, insults, and personal attacks. Such rhetoric not only undermines the dignity of the office, but also distracts from pressing issues that require attention.
If we mudsling and tarnish all our images, the next leader is that leader you called names. Well, I want to appeal to all politicians to please campaign diligently with the fear of God.
It is very unfortunate and disappointing on both sides the level to which they have descended, because there are rules of political campaigns. There are words you cannot say, and it is you don't have a defense for anything you could say or do which is slanderous, scandalous, and libelous just because it was on a political campaign. It is not.
But first is to talk to the parties, to go by the rules of the game. But if they don't, the law will take its course, that they need to campaign on both personal issues.
Political analysts believe that such bounce Many also believe that verbal assaults can create divisions within the community, making it challenging to address common issues.
The PDP has issues to raise and campaign. The All Progressive Grand Alliance has issues to raise and campaign. The All Progressive Congress, our candidates and the deputy, have issues to raise and campaign. And the personification of you is what people will use in deciding whether or not to vote for you.
They should always play politics without bitterness. In any game, there's a winner and there's a loser. As such, we should look at it this way. If you enter a game, you are either going to win or you're going to lose. So you should, from the onset, accept that before going into the game.
Overall, INEC has a crucial role to play in promoting decorum in campaigns. The Commission has therefore cautioned political parties and politicians, as well as their supporters.
I think that what should concern us politicians who are in the field seeking for the people's mandate are issues of great concern. Issues that what the campaign. We have challenges in insecurity. We have challenges in education, in our health sector, in decayed infrastructure. And these are areas I expect every emphasis should be, especially as we near the electoral contest.
All candidates and their parties, and especially incumbent office holders and their political parties, should be vicariously held responsible.
By promoting decorum and issue-based campaigns, politicians can foster a more respectful and constructive electoral environment, ultimately benefiting the people of Anambra State. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
Away from electoral matters, let's look at sports. Incorporating learning and recitation of the national anthem into athlete training programs is being advocated as a means of uniting teams and fostering a sense of camaraderie during international sporting tournaments. Findings by Kenneth Nanim indicates that ensuring that athletes learn and recite the anthem can also inspire fans and promote national support with dignity and respect.
President Tinubu's administration had in May 2024 reintroduced the former Nigeria's national anthem composed at independence, referred to as Nigeria We Healthy, having been adopted as the new normal. To get familiar with the lyrics and the wordings was a task some citizens, while some are grappling with its mastery. There is therefore a growing concern that some Nigerian athletes are yet lyrics of the reintroduced national anthem and therefore find it difficult to boldly and confidently sing the anthem. There could be reasons for this, no doubt.
That was quite embarrassing, and again, in the context of Nigeria, where we have a lot of Nigerian parents give birth abroad, and those kids are raised abroad and they don't get to go through the Nigerian school system, so they don't get to learn the national anthem. It's understandable.
Meanwhile, the National Orientation Agency, NOA, is at the forefront of campaigns and advocacies to change the narrative.
You know, we took over 4,000 copies of this national anthem and gave to the chairman of the National Sports Commission to distribute to our sports persons. To his credit, he did just that. And so when Nigeria won, the Super Falcon won that cup, and the president was addressing that team, the first thing the team did before they started the conversation with the president was to correctly render the national anthem, to show that that intervention we did through the chairman of National Sports Commission had yielded results.
Reciting the national anthem, you know, it fosters a strong sense of patriotism.
As one of the national identities that symbolizes unity and solidarity amongst Nigerians, both at home and in the diaspora, of which citizens must pay allegiance to by learning it and singing it with love and pride for the country. Public opinion, however, has underscored this all-important civic responsibility as one that government must also reciprocate. Learning the anthem to internalize the messages in the wordings, they say, demonstrates respect for Nigeria's unity of purpose, rich cultural heritage, dignity, and respect for national symbols.
Though tongue and tribe may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Come on. There can't be any defining statement like that. And something that inspires every Nigerian.
The lyrics of the current national anthem, Nigeria We Healthy, emphasize unity, patriotism, and devotion to the nation. The point being raised here is therefore that Nigerian athletes could draw inspiration from all of these anthem's wordings, fostering a sense of national pride and responsibility to emerge victoriously at international competitions. Kenneth Nanim, NTA News.
Many thanks, Kenneth, for that. I have a sportsman here. Buddy, can you sing the national anthem?
Sure, I can. All right, well, let's give you this, not the best of the news we have here, as Nigeria's Flying Eagles are on the brink of crashing out of the 2025 FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Chile, as they currently trail Argentina 4-0 in their round of 16 clash. Nigeria conceded as early as the second minute as Alejo Sako gave the South Americans the lead, while 1 became 2 in the 23rd minute through Maye Carrizo. Both teams had the chance to alter the scoreline in the second half, but it was Argentina who did well to get another one, with Carrizo getting his second in the 53rd minute and substitute Silvetti scoring in the 65th minute. The development means Nigeria's search for a first Under-20 World Cup title continues. Let's quickly let you know that Nigeria's Super Eagles are intensifying training in Polokwane, South Africa, ahead of Friday's Crunch 2026 World Cup qualifier against Lesotho's Likwena. With 20 players in camp already, as at Wednesday afternoon, the players trained under the watchful eyes of Coach Eric Chelle and his assistants as they continue to plot the downfall of the Crocodiles. Meanwhile, Super Eagles stars have declared that they will be approaching the game with all seriousness, knowing that qualification for the World Cup could go down the wire.
We're always going to fight to the end. We believe, we never stop believing. 2 important games now, Friday the first one, and then afterwards when we get back to Nigeria. But all focus now on Lesotho.
We know where we are at the moment, and these 2 games are very crucial. But first of all, we focus on the Lesotho one, and then we look towards the Benin one. But the most important right now is the Lesotho one.
Quickly update you with results from other parts of Africa, as Liverpool star Mohamed Salah scored twice to help Egypt beat Djibouti, and of course that was a 3-0 win for them in Casablanca as they qualified for the 2026 World Cup, becoming the 3rd team from Africa. Ghana recorded an emphatic 5-0 win over Central African Republic to move closer to sealing a ticket, while Libya halted Cape Verde's expected qualification as they played out a 3-3 draw, with Cameroon getting a 2-0 win over Mauritius to close in on Cape Verde. In other results, Mali ran out 2-0 winners against Chad. Comoros also lost at home to Madagascar, with Eswatini and Angola playing 2-2. 6 more matches are scheduled for Thursday, as hopes begin to fade totally for some teams, while others now have a late chance to pounce. And that does it on Sports Tonight. Let's now return to here.
Well, thanks, Buddy, for the update. The death has been announced of Professor Jonah Isawa Eliago. Funeral arrangement released by the family indicates that there will be a night of tributes on the 10th of October 2025 at ALB Events 138 Adetokunbo Ademola Crescent, Wuse 2, Abuja by 5 p.m. On the 14th of October, there will be a service of songs at Emerald Event Center, number 5 Jonah Jang Way, Jos, between 4 and 7 p.m. There will be a wake at number 1 Stephen Isawa Eliago Street, Otukpo, Benue State by 7 p.m. The funeral service and interment will be an open-air service at Isawa Memorial Academy, now Otobi Road in Otukpo, on the 17th of October 2025 by 10 o'clock in the morning. Late Professor Jonah Isawa Eliago was a father, brother, uncle, and a grandfather to many. All right, now time to take a peep at the weather outlook for tomorrow.
Hello there, I'm Akami Samarda, and here's a look at the weather across the country for Thursday, the 9th of October. Across the northern region, rainfall activities continue to ease, leaving partly cloudy skies in most areas. However, a few isolated thunderstorms are expected over parts of Edo, Imo, Enugu, parts of Bayelsa, Cross River, Akwa Ibom, and Rivers State during the morning hours. And as we move into the afternoon and late evening, those storms are expected to make a return, this time affecting parts of Kebbi, Kaduna, Bauchi, Gombe, Adamawa, and Taraba State, stretching through the north-central zone and down to parts of Ondo, Ekiti, and the coastal cities. So let's keep those umbrellas close by and stay weather ready. Thank you for watching.
Many thanks to Mara for the update. We are indeed weather ready. So that's our package on News Extra tonight. Many thanks for investing your time with us, and from the entire production team, to have a good night.